How many of you have ever played a college sport or are currently playing a college sport? Well, I play football here at Salisbury University, and outside of the typical practices and games, we had to deal with weightlifting, meeting with trainers, community service, team meetings, and tutoring as well. So I know that this can get difficult to balance your schoolwork and your sport. Also, whenever you play a sport, whether it's fall or spring, you're here a few weeks ahead of all the other students, so you're missing out on your break. I attend a D3 school, and even here, athletes seems like your schedule is almost set for you every day, like you have a job. People on the outside typically ask, if you want to earn money, why don't you just get a job? Well, out of season, this is probably possible, but during the season, it's extremely hard to juggle school, the sport, and the job. This is a problem that even D3 athletes are having, which makes me say I can only imagine how hectic the life of a Division One athlete is. If you're not familiar with the divisions, here they are. Division One, or D1, is the highest level of intercollegiate athletics sanctioned by the National Collegiate Athletic Association in the United States, or the NCAA. D1 schools are the major collegiate athletic powers with larger budgets, more elaborate facilities, and a higher number of athletic scholarships. D2, or Division Two, is an intermediate level division with a competition in the NCAA. It offers an alternative to both the highly competitive level of intercollegiate sports offered by the NCAA's Division One and the non-scholarship, less competitive level offered by Division Three. D3 is a division of the NCAA that consists of colleges and universities that do not offer athletically related financial aid to their student athletes. There are over 420 members institutions, making D3 the largest of the three divisions. The level of play is good, generally not as high as Division One or Division Two. If you've been to one of Salisbury's football, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, volleyball games, or any D3 school for that matter, you'd notice that the crowds that come are not as large. Compared to Division One and Division Two sporting events that can attract thousands and tens of thousands of fans. These athletes work hard in class to stay eligible, work hard in practices to be the best, but don't have time to earn money for themselves, yet they're generating millions of dollars for their schools and surrounding local communities, but are reaping none of the monetary benefits. This is why I propose that the NCAA find a fair way to pay their athletes during their years of eligibility. There have been a few arguments as to why this should not happen. People say that college athletes should not get paid because their schooling is getting paid for. Well, yes, their school is getting paid for if they have a scholarship, but not all Division One athletes have that scholarship. Also, just by having a degree doesn't guarantee a job in the economy that we're in. So whenever these students get out of school and they've been playing this sport for 4 years and they weren't able to work, they haven't been able to earn money, and so when they graduate, they're broke. Also, people say students are likely to be reckless with the money that they earn because they're young. Yes, they're young, but these students are in a position where they could move to the next level and earn large amounts of money, but depriving them of the ability to earn money will be more harmful to their money management skills after they leave school. According to Sports Illustrated, 78% of NFL players will file for bankruptcy or face financial hardships only 2 years after playing their final game. NBA players face a similar fate, with 60% of those players going broke 5 years into retirement. One of the main arguments is that they say that this will be unfair to other athletes. All active athletes will be paid equally based on an agreed upon system by the NCAA or their conferences or their schools individually. The two main sports in the NCAA, the two big cash cows, are basketball and football. When it comes to basketball, let me give you a few numbers. The most valuable basketball team in the NCAA is the Louisville Cardinals, with a value of $36.1 million. Ticket sales are roughly $1.4 million per game, plus $1 million or more from parking and concessions. Now, let's say that the Cardinals brought in $2.4 million in revenue per home game, and each player received 0.05%. Each player would earn $1,200 per game. That's not a lot of money, but it's a good amount for them to start saving up. This can be considered a drop in the bucket compared to what the coach makes. According to Forbes.com, Rick Pitino received over $6 million from Louisville last year. Pitino's contract is also laden with performance bonuses, and the head coach stands to make an additional $175,000 each time the Cardinals make the Final Four. If they win it all, he will receive $325,000. It's popular for coaches to say, I can only coach you. I can't play the game for you." So if the players are the ones playing, and the ones that the massive crowds are paying to see, why are the coaches, the universities, and the NCAA the only ones reaping the benefits? The services of these athletes provided are apparently in high demand when people like CBS are paying $770 million annually for their rights to March Madness, which only lasts 3 weeks. When it comes to college football, this year the Big 12 signed a $2.6 billion deal with ESPN and Fox for 13 years. After the Big 12 signed this deal, ESPN and Fox, TCU, as well as WVU joined and paid $20 million to do so. The ACC signed a $3.6 billion deal with ESPN, which caused Syracuse, Pitt, Notre Dame, and Louisville to join the conference. These home games have been shown to inject $5 to $10 million of direct spending money into the school's economy, local economy, and surrounding area. These athletes bring life and revenue to their cities and school and are the main factors in an extremely lucrative business, but are being exploited for their abilities. As of now, Division I athletes are essentially slaves to their schools and the NCAA, and reform of the system is necessary. These athletes should be paid what they deserve.